Rock. Shoot. Rock. Cool.
It keeps us patients from moving around the different wings of the building.
Shoot.
This is Dr. Reset in Kurgan's room. Whoa, looks like that psycho doctored up his bed to make it look like he's lying under the blanket. That way people will think he's sleeping and won't notice he's gone. In that case, I'd better not go in.
Shoot.
I think not. Only Junior's in there, staring out the window with that good old paper bag on his head. No way. Quickle's in there, and he's having one of those days today.
Cool. Shoot.
This is the old solitary confinement cell, but when Bennett prohibited such dastardly methods, it became a sort of storage room, until us patients managed to take it over. Impossible. That psycho Kurgan left the key in the lock on the other side. Hi, Miss Palm.
Your medication.
More pills? I had my meds today, don't you remember?
You choose.
Okay.
Swallow. Good boy, Bosco. And keep an eye on your stuff. I saw Kurgan suspiciously fumbling around with your pillow. I bet he stole your hidden candy.
Really? Okay. How cool. She fell for it.
Cool.
Thank goodness for the old put the pills behind the wisdom teeth technique. Miss Palmer,
Scram, Bosco.
that new pill you gave me, what's it for?
Bennett's orders.
But what's it used for?
Bennett's orders, I said.
Bennett's? Oh, come on.
If it were up to me, it wouldn't be medication. So shut your trap.
I don't really care about that pill, but I do have other questions.
Well, I don't have any answers.
You shouldn't be threatening us with that taser, you know.
And you shouldn't come near me when it's in my hand, should you?
When is Miss Carrington coming back?
That's none of your business.
But she is feeling better, right?
It's none of my business.
You're just the substitute. When she comes back, you'll leave, right?
I'm your nurse, so watch your mouth.
What's your opinion? Did she fall accidentally or did she jump?
The West Wing could drive anyone bonkers.
The truth is that nobody ever wants to work in the West Wing.
Psychopaths are not usually the life of the party.
You had just started working in the South Wing. Why did you have to come here and replace Miss Carrington?
Yeah, that South Wing sure is full of peace and quiet, isn't it? What's it to you?
Miss Carrington was really happy working in this wing.
As corroborated by her swan dive out the window, right?
Oops, I forgot to ask you one little detail about Miss Carrington. Talking about Miss Carrington makes me sad. Let's change the subject.
Sure. to nothing, I propose.
Didn't you forget the whiteboard therapy hour?
It's canceled today.
Why?
Because I don't want to.
I seriously need my whiteboard therapy. I'm daffy as a duck.
You can't convince me.
Okay, I guess I can skip my whiteboard therapy for one day. Nice chatting with you. See you around.
Back to your room.
No, they're too old and brittle. I don't want to break them. For some patients, they're a sort of therapy. Not me. Okay. I'll take the blue one. It's there for us to toss the little paper cups after we take our medication. No need to rummage for long. There's just a couple of little paper cups and the birthday candles from Monty Hollister's cake. Brand new. One will suffice, don't you think? You can tell some people have never had one of these in their pocket before. It's better to steal the whole cookie jar than just one cookie. Nobody said anything, so I guess no one saw me take this. That's an innovative bookshelf. From what I understand, he's determined to get to Rancho Cucamonga. One, he has a cold, and talking would be bad for his throat. Two, he's 102 years old. Let's not ask too much of the guy. Three, he went mute at the age of 90-something. Your throat's mighty fine and your tonsils will shine. Splash, splash, splash. It's minty freshness galore. One, he has a two, he's a three, he four, he's... From what I understand, he's determined to get to Rancho Cucamonga. Okay. Hey, that's a great idea. I don't want to give it to him. I don't want to... He has a cold and talk. He's going. Kind of a scaredy cat, though. That's not doable. Talk with Mr. Nice. Where do you get these wild ideas? Mr. Nice must be in a hurry, because he left those elastic straps hanging out. I don't want to get... He already had... I don't want... 102 years old and traveling at speeds of up to 40 miles per hour on the freeway. Monty Hollister, you feisty man. I don't want... It's no longer I doubt... The old switcheroo. And now, let's see if it all plays out the way I expect.
When I saw how much you hurt me, I bought the bear for his soul. When he saw how much I loved, those who say that life is worth it, we haven't had you at all. Now my dear agenda, nothing but hate in all my head. I bought the devil head so
Oh, gee. The elastic straps are still on the outside. Mr. Nice, really? Now I can. High quality merchandise. Okay, done.
Rock. Aw.
Marcelo, I've got some suspenders for you.
Oh, no. Don't you give those to me.
Why not?
They're very dangerous. They can poke your eye right out of its socket.
Oh, no.
I promised myself that I would only put them on the next time I perform, for my own good.
All right, then. I'll keep them till you give me the cue. Yes, now that I have the suspenders, how can he refuse? What could that strange thing poking me inside my pocket be?
Don't worry, it happens to me too. especially when I wake up in the morning.
An imaginary box.
An imaginary box.
If only someone here knew how to put these suspenders on and hop inside.
Hey, me, Vasco, me, I can do it.
Well, these are for you then. Ladies and gentlemen, with you tonight, the great Marcelo!
Oh.
Marcelo, you okay? Then get ready. Here comes the best part. And now, the great Marcelo will get out of the imaginary box and make his way through the imaginary tunnel.
Imaginary.
Until he reaches an imaginary trapdoor in the tunnel floor.
I'm inside the casino.
The great Marcelo's been teletransported.
I teletransported.
And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the great Marcelo will kindly remove the key from the lock and put it in my hand. I knew that psycho had left it in the lock. The other day, Quickle just started banging on it, saying something about how it promotes bourgeois anorexia, until he busted it. The sliding iron weight came loose, and there's no way to use it anymore. No pun intended. Good. It weighs quite a bit, but I can deal. Gabbo stole it from the infirmary a while back. It's the only unused one sitting around.
Right after going through the air vent in the casino, you'll find a map. Use it to get to the central fan.
Unless... I knew it! Psycho, 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 psycho! I should have known that Kurgan would take the map of the air ducts. I have no other choice but to find another map, or I'll never make it to the roof. Gabbo, tell me something. Imagine some psycho just stole the air duct layout maps. How could I get my hands on another map?
By improvising. For instance, don't janitors usually carry that type of thing around?
Exactly how many times have you escaped?
Figure it out. I usually do it a couple times a year, just to keep up the tradition. And then, there are little perks. My stepfather's wedding. The playoffs against the Celtics. That thing with the cop, Montreal? Just imagine. Maybe more.
We'll talk later, Gabbo.
Okay.
The other day, the one in the nurse's room went on the fritz, and they had to call in Chuck, the maintenance man. Well, let's give it a try.
What the? Boys.
Shoot, too loud. What can I do to keep it from being heard? The other day, Junior discovered that if you blow into one end, air comes out the other. He was majorly entertained after that.
Cool. Cool.
I think. Hey, Quickle!
What?
Seems like pretty nice weather out, doesn't it?
Pretty nice weather. Pretty nice? Dimwit! How on God's green earth can you make such an outlandish claim? As the highest-ranking board member of the Happydale Inmate Syndicate 407, I can do nothing other than express my utter repulsion with this disgusting day. I am irritated.
Nah, I already figured out that that's too noisy. If somehow I could cover up the racket, though. Hey, Quickle! What's your official position regarding Dr. Tyson's methods?
Outdated, inhuman, psychologically demented. The man is a loon. Nothing but punishments, tortures, holes in the skull, lobotomies. What is this madhouse gonna turn into? Oh, how he stokes the fires of discord! I am irritated.
Oopsie daisy, it broke. Ernie, the radiator in this hall is busted.
Again? You gotta be kidding me. And during Chuck's shift. Rose? Hey, doll. Tell that bird brain I need him in the West Wing pronto, okay? Chuck!
It's working. I just have to sit here and wait.
The colorblind guy. Who do you think?
Luckily, I won the funnel during our last poker game.
By the way, Red, you been to the bowling alley that just opened near St. Joseph's?
Chuck Berry!
Elvis Presley.
Dude, yo, you ain't got a clue.
So, just like Chuck Berry then.
You listen up, Fatso. The day will come when you eat your words and you say Chuck Berry is the king.
Not in this lifetime. The king of rock and roll is Elvis. End of subject. Fix that radiator and scram, Buster.
Freaking coward.
They're like puppets hanging from my little strings. Some people use it to photocopy their butts. Kids these days. I bet that inside there I'll find the layout maps for the ventilation ducts. That is such a good idea. Chuck is the real king. Presto. And now... Hey, Ernie, are you a Chuck Berry fan?
Not on your life, Basco.
Oh, since your picture on the photo panel says Chuck is the king.
What? Chuck!
Hey, man!
I caught you red-handed. This is your opinion, isn't it, punk?
That's not mine.
Come over here. Erase that with your tongue.
Chuck is the real... I never.
All right. I'll give you 1 minute to change your mind.
No.
Okay, your minute is up. You plan on wiping that off with your tongue?
Chuck Berry is the king.
They're mine. And that flashlight would be amazingly handy for finding my way around those air ducts.
I'm in a good mood today, son. So come on. You still got time to repent.
Let's have a look. What the? I gotta figure out how to get to that ventilator fan. Okay, here we go. Good news, I found the central fan, and apparently the coast is clear. Somebody left this door open. Kurgan! Oh my! Oh, he's... Where's his head? Was it sliced off by the fan? Oh! How gross! This changes everything. Better tell Gabo about this. Where am I gonna put you, dude? That'll do it.
Brian burned Kurgan's head? And then what?
I'm pretty sure this is the place.
So what happened to Brian in the end?
Well, hey, look! There's the car Bennett rented.
Bennett? Wait a minute. Brian was trying to escape because you were going to send him to jail.
Incorrect. He escaped because he overheard a phone call where I was making unrelated accusations about a patient who's pretending to be insane. Jacob Kurgan. Brian, on the other hand, is innocent. Vasco did not kill Colonel Kordsmeyer. The recordings I took of his hypnotherapy sessions demonstrated from a clinical perspective, but unfortunately that is not enough to convince the jury to find him innocent, which is why we are here now, at Lieutenant Colonel Jerome D. Chapman's house.
Chapman? Wasn't he Kordsmeyer's second in command?
I'm out of here.
The one who killed himself during Brian's trial?
Well, yes and no. My theory is that he didn't commit suicide. Instead, whoever's behind all this treachery most likely murdered him.
And you think we'll find some clues here to back up your story?
Exactly. Plus, Chapman called Judge Whitley the day before he died. He wanted to meet with her to discuss something important. I don't know what it could be, but perhaps we'll find some answers in this house.
Doctor, I still need you to answer a few questions, but believe me, I'm on your side.
All right. You look around down here, and I'll search around upstairs.
Hey, you think the hot water's working here? If I don't get a shower, those clues are going to escape from me. A nice hot shower, a fresh, clean outfit that's a bit more casual. Man, this must be where they found Chapman's body. Freaky. The best I can do is ignore it while I search for clues to prove Chapman didn't kill himself, as well as the supposed message he was trying to get to the judge. Come on, Gina, get down to investigating. Bennett gave it to me before my shower. It's a photocopy of the suicide note they found next to Chapman's body. It says, "To the Honorable Judge Lutricia C. Whitley, I beg the Lord Almighty to forgive me for what I am about to do, but I beg even more for justice to be restored in the United States of America, a country which seems to have given up on it without remorse. What's the use of defending your country if your country won't defend you? What good did 40 years of service and a perfect record do for Colonel Nathaniel H. Kordsmeyer? How is it that a disgusting murderer like Brian Basco can slip through the cracks of the justice system by making up a simple lie and that phony amnesia? I sincerely hope that this gesture of mine, disgracing myself and losing my honor, can at least help make sure that people like you, Your Honor, change your mind when you rule on this case and make the right decision. I hope you put the murderer where he belongs and justice back in its place. God have mercy on my soul. Looks comfy. Well, if I really have to. Kordsmeyer's slayer faces maximum sentence. Damn the press. What do they know about the slayer? Oh, old Granny Timmons had one just like it. Looks like Bennett didn't light it up. From the books and fossils, I deduced that Chapman was a big history and paleontology buff. A classic toe stubber. You can tell the interior designer didn't think about where to put it for very long. I don't know much about boxing, but from the design, they seem pretty old. Good idea. But besides looking through it, the time has come to do a full, in-depth ransacking of this room. I must not be on the right track. I've looked everywhere, but I haven't found a single thing that resembles a clue. This is going to be harder than I expected. Photo's not bad, but not good enough to keep. You can see Chapman was a natural-born athlete. Whoever killed him must have been very careful about it. There was a similar one back at my folks' place. It's locked with a padlock. They're hanging from hooks and fishing lines tied to a short, thin rope. Looks truly vast out there. I guess Bennett rented it to come here. Chapman must have used it for storage. Chapman must have... Darn, it's locked with a heavy-duty padlock. The riverbed is completely dry, but what's that there? Well, I guess now's the time to put my exotic dancing skills to the test. Awesome, a wire cutter. I don't see what good the fish bones would do me, but... This will definitely end up coming in handy. It might not be a bad idea to ask him how he's doing, though.
What is it, Gina?
Hey, about Chapman. Could you tell me anything more about Chapman's death?
He had been fishing that day, but we know he returned here in mid-afternoon because he received a telephone call at 6:15 p.m.
Is anything known about that call Chapman received the afternoon he died?
I haven't figured it out yet, but what is clear is that the call was cut off. In fact, the line was cut off for a few days, and they came to repair it during the investigation.
Now that you mention it, who investigated the case?
In the beginning, the county sheriff, but then the military and the FBI took over and sent him home. Since the contact who gave me the keys to this place belongs to the FBI, I know the investigation was a mess, almost non-existent.
Why was the investigation so sloppy?
Kordsmeyer's death and Brian's trial had already stirred up too much of a fuss. Since Chapman's demise seemed like a clear case of suicide, with a gunshot to the temple and his own gun in his hand and no other signs of violence, the feds and army came in, they took a few fingerprints, a couple photos, rummaged through some drawers, and case closed.
Why is the cabin so clean 6 months after Chapman's death?
The cleaning lady has been coming in once a week because Chapman paid her for 6 months' work in advance, and her time's not up yet.
What do you know about Chapman's life?
Very little. He was born right here in Winkaping County. He loved sports. He was a calm and quiet man. His wife died a few years back, and he isn't known to have had any romances since.
Let's drop Chapman's death for a bit.
Okay, any other questions?
Say, about that shed, you wouldn't have those keys by any chance, would you?
Yes, hold on, I'll toss them to you. Here you go.
Damn, right under the kitchen cabinets. Where are they? I bet they fell into that hole. My hand doesn't fit there either. Hey, Bennett?
Yes?
The keys slipped out of my hands and, well, they fell into the cabinet and...
And? I'd imagine something as silly as that would be no problem for you. Or am I mistaken?
Problem? No, of course. I just wanted to keep you informed. Damn it. For being a widower's house, there's a lot of them. Most men get by with a can opener and a bottle cap remover. No, none of them would be of any use to me. Oh, wait. This one might be nice, actually. Good idea, Gina. That sounds good. That was a cinch. I knew all along I could nab him. How weird, it doesn't have a stamp. Yep. I bet one of the keys opens the padlock. Yuck! This is a pigsty. Oh, of course. I forgot. Bennett told me the FBI agents in the military did a full search in here. All the better. Saves me more time. Fishing hooks, wire cutter. Been there, done that. Now I understand why there's no clothesline in the yard. Did Chapman do his own laundry? Looks thick. Another clue that Chapman did not kill himself. With such a nice rope to hang himself, why would Chapman commit suicide with a gun and stain those hardwood floors? Of course, men do have a thing for... Hey, wait. Why isn't there any blood on the floor of the cabin? This is getting more and more complicated. I think that's where the fishermen put their victims out of their misery. Oh, it smells. Just one? Nobody mentioned Chapman was missing a leg. No. What big eyes you have. They have a dual visor, the normal part to cover your eyes, and the other, which, if I'm not mistaken, magnifies whatever you're looking at. Your normal, everyday wetsuit for diving. Looks like the county sheriff and Chapman got along really well. Yes, now it'll be a piece of cake. Shoot, it's pitch black down there. I don't think it has anything on it but dust. Wait, those are spider hairs. So long on the ground, I guess it's normal. But what a freaking huge spider, huh? It has something written on it. Hurricane. Could that be Chapman's boxing name? That's a great...
What's on your mind?
You'll never guess what I found in an envelope addressed to Chapman.
Surprise me. Does it contain some interesting document, perchance?
No, no document.
What a shame.
But it has some tiny little hairs inside. Like a spider's. I grew up in the country, you know, and sometimes those...
Spider hairs. I should have known.
What?
I have to talk to the sheriff. Thanks to the envelope, he'll give me the information we need to prove Chapman didn't commit suicide. You keep searching around. We've almost got it.
Okay. Looks like it's my job to find the supposed message that Chapman left for the judge. Get to work, Gina. Now that Bennett's gone, I can check to see if he forgot to search anywhere. Shrinks can be so absent-minded, you know. It's not that I don't trust him.
Why can't I get you to trust me?
'Cause you're a shrink.
And what's that have to do with...
When my friend Chapman died, I'm the one who found his body. I'm the one who informed the army and the feds. I told them Chapman would never have committed suicide. But did they listen to me? No. They took me off the case. They'd take care of it, but did they investigate? No. They treated Chapman like garbage. Just like the filth you sweep under the carpet. Shame on you.
I swear I have nothing at all to do with any of that.
And 2 days ago, the FBI calls me and says a guy will be coming to investigate Chapman's death. Do they reopen the case? No. We've got to keep it under wraps for now. I get all excited. I tell myself now they're finally going to investigate it right. I convince myself my friend's reputation will be cleared. But what do? Nothing! They send me a psychiatrist. A lousy shrink.
Sheriff, you don't understand.
No, you don't understand. You came here to tell me my friend killed himself because he was depressed or crazy or some other kind of junk. And you want me to cooperate? No.
Nothing here either. If Bennett left anything unsearched, I guess I'd have too, 'cause I didn't find anything new or interesting. Who knows? Maybe it would be a good idea to poke around a little more, though. Hey, I wonder how things are going for Bennett with the sheriff. I wish I had some way to see what they're doing, or even help him out if need be. It has something hanging on it. Okay, it's a, what do you call it? According to old Granny Timmons, lots of people used to wear these. A locket. I don't like to... For my lovey bear from your little squirrel. No comment. For my lovey... The Chapman's wedding. How cute. I'm not a major fan of weddings, not even in pictures. It's of Indian origin, a special design traditionally used for selling to tourists on the reservation. Seems to be in great shape. I don't remember the existence of any tribe of the obese owls. Hope I don't prick myself. It's one where the computer hooks up automatically when you turn it on. I think Bennett mentioned that the line was cut off the day Chapman died, but someone came to fix it a few days later. Bennett was right. I bet there was a laptop on this desk. The question is, where is it now?
Are you still here?
I'm not leaving until you help me.
They turn the heat off at night. Better have some coffee. It'll get cold. But let me make it clear that nothing you say or do will get me to help you.
I'm trying to quit drinking coffee.
Why are you telling me this? Don't tell me you want to sue the coffee companies, too. Or maybe you're just trying to play the martyr and butter me up so I'll help you. That's it. Well, no.
I found an envelope at Chapman's house, and it contained some tiny spider hairs.
Uh-huh. So?
I know you have information regarding spiders in the Chapman case.
Me? No. And you'd need one accurate lie detector to hear otherwise.
I'm offering you the envelope as a sign of goodwill.
Let me guess. You need my fingerprints on it to frame me and take me out of the picture, right? Excuse me, but I can't accept that.
We'll talk about the envelope later. Do you also believe Chapman didn't commit suicide?
Also? No, I alone do believe Chapman did not kill himself. I'm not from the FBI, and I don't need to pull the wool over any sheriff's eyes.
The FBI didn't send me here. I came on my own.
Sure. Oh, by the way, how much did the FBI pay you to come on your own? Forget it.
Were you really such great friends with Chapman?
He left me his fishing rods in his will, and now they're my most prized possession. Need I say anything more?
I don't belong to the FBI, but I have a friend who does, and he is secretly helping me.
A friend? You are talking to me about friendship? I was Chapman's friend, and I won't help anyone tarnish his good name anymore.
I was also a friend of Chapman's. A close friend.
So you say. You want me to believe you? Well, then why don't you prove it? His wife Annetta had a very special nickname for him. What was it?
My panther.
You see? You and Chapman weren't friends.
Let's forget about the whole nickname thing for a while. Talking with you is exhausting, and I doubt I'm going to get anywhere for now. I hope Jean's doing better than I am.
I wonder if it works now. I could call. Let's see.
Judge Whitley's office. Randall Lane speaking. Can I help you?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Chapman wanted to talk to the judge. Oops, I hung up on him. Yeah, I'll call him on his cell phone.
Hello, Gina.
How's everything going, Doctor?
Oh, wonderfully. Couldn't be better.
I understand. You're up a creek, but you can't talk.
The only problem is I can't remember our friend Chapman's nickname. The one his wife used to call him. You know. Oh, you know that head of mine.
How's the sheriff doing?
Oh, he's a great guy. Very pleasant and friendly.
Okay, so if he were any unfriendlier, he'd be an attack dog, or worse, a bone?
You said it.
Maybe I could convince him. After all, I have worn a sheriff's uniform before.
Consist of wearing that uniform. Don't you fret, I'll get him to cooperate.
Good luck.
Till then.
For my lovey bear from your little squirrel. No comment. I could.
Hello, Gina.
I think I can give you some other potential nicknames for Chapman.
I'm all ears.
Lovey Bear.
Thanks, Gina.
Good luck.
Till then.
Are you still here?
I'm not leaving until you help me. I think I remember the nickname Annetta Chapman called her husband now.
I'm listening.
Lovey Bear.
And how do you know that, huh?
I just do. Now it's your turn to answer a question. Chapman, a spider. What's the connection?
Look at this. Chapman's arm. I took it when I found his body. I showed it to an entomologist in town, and it looked strange to him. He couldn't tell what kind of spider caused the bite.
Well, now he can. We have to take him the envelope.
Chapman had a hiding place inside the bathtub where the jacuzzi motor is.
So are the bad guys here yet?
Hey, Gabbo.
They here?
No, what are you talking about? Sorry about that, Bennett.
You don't see a lot of movies, do you?
A secret hiding place under the bathtub? Don't worry, I'll find the mechanism that opens it.
Yes, maybe that's where the clue we're looking for is hidden. That could be it.
Sorry, I gotta go. So the only thing in there was that box?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Hey, I'm going into the bridge to prepare the welcoming party.
When will you finish explaining how Brian escaped from Happydale?
After the cat-a-boom bam crack-a-boom! Banana!
It was really frightening sometimes. Anyway... Well, I think I've searched through everything now, except that over there. Gabbo?
You'll be happy to know that the grenades work! This is gonna be one crazy party.
Go figure. The only thing hidden in there was the military chest. If Chapman left anything for the judge, I'll have to look for it elsewhere. All that's left are some glow sticks and cartridges. I'm not interested in the cartridges, but those things, what great memories they bring back. I haven't seen a glow stick for ages. That sounds good. That thing over there looks like a boot, doesn't it? Okay, ready. Let's see how good my aim is. I bet I'm the first person ever who's happy to have caught a boot while fishing. Seems like there's something inside. Well, how about that? A laptop computer. Let's see if I can have it ready for when Bennett returns.
What do you think? Can you see anything?
Effectively, gentlemen. The spider that was inside the envelope was an actual Madagascar queen spider. I don't need to tell either of you just how far away Madagascar is from here.
And that the spider couldn't crawl here on its own.
Effectively.
Poisonous?
But not deadly. Its venom paralyzes the victim for hours and is then slowly metabolized by the body without leaving a trace behind.
That means that Chapman was paralyzed when he died, which completely rules out the suicide theory.
Doctor, you've earned this. Honorary assistant sheriff. It belonged to Chapman.
Effectively. A Madagascar queen. I should have expected that.
And this wire... Enter password? How would I know what Chapman's password was? It's written on his boxing gloves, so maybe that's it. Excellent. Loading. National Security Database. Eliminator Agent TV3968. Agency requires Level 4 clearance. Name, Andrea Hickok. Alias, Tarantula Jane Eyre. Date admitted October 27, 2003. Date dismissed June 25, 2006. Missions, your Level 3 access code does not allow this information to be displayed. Reasons for dismissal, your Level 3 access code... What's this email message? Looks like it hasn't been sent yet. From Jerome D. Chapman to Judge Latricia Whitley. Subject, Basco innocent. I've attempted to reach you by phone, but your secretary has become an insurmountable barrier to our communications. I need to make you aware of the following facts. 1. Colonel Kordsmeyer has been embezzling funds from the U.S. Army, acting behind the back of his own country. 2. During his mission on Mala Island, he had some highly qualified mercenaries under his command, and their leader was a bloodthirsty woman, a former agent for the government. Her codename is Tarantula. 3. Right now, all we know is that she was an AE, Agent Eliminator, who specializes in the method known as tossing the hot potato. In other words, don't be surprised by this. She eliminates the target by getting an innocent bystander involved as a scapegoat. 4. In the case at hand, the innocent person in question is Brian Bass. Let's finish this mail, and Dr. Ian Bennett will corroborate the veracity of this story. So then, I hit the send button and...
Now I understand everything.
Hmm?
Judge Whitley just called me, wondering how the deceased Chapman was able to send her an email message mentioning my name and Brian's. She gave me an appointment tonight at my own apartment in New York City.
Okay then, let's go there immediately.
Soon. But first, let's do justice for Chapman. Let's reenact the crime.
After seeing Tarantula's profile on the web, Chapman started writing an email message to Judge Whitley about how Brian is innocent when the phone rang. It was Barry, the old guy from the gas station. He said there were some strangers asking where Chapman's cabin was, but then the line was cut off, as well as Chapman's internet connection. Fearing the worst, Chapman grabbed his laptop. Then, he stuck his laptop in a fishing boot. He hid it in the well, and after that, he came back inside.
And waited. He saw the envelope drop through the mail slot. He opened it, and the spider bit him. He must have become completely paralyzed in just a few seconds. Then Tarantula came in, prepared to do what she does best. She took his hand, held the gun up to his forehead, and then, bang!
Bennett! Get down! Bennett, it's too late! Go start the car!
They following us?
Not for long.
Banana!
Poor Bennett.
Wake me up when we get to New York.
No way. You've got to tell me how Brian escaped from Happydale.
Banana! Now, where were we?
Following your escape plan, Brian climbed into the ventilation ducts, but then he came across Kurgan's decapitated body. He found the head and tried to hide it by sticking it into a furnace, which turned on when he closed the door. The head was reduced to ashes and
then he came home to Daddy.
Even after dying, that psycho's managed to screw everything up for me. Now how do I escape?
The cards are in your favor. Improvise.
Come on already, Gabbo. Can you stop it with that line, please?
Improvise. You and Kurgan are almost the same height, and you have the same build. What would happen if they found his beheaded body dressed in your clothes tomorrow?
What? I can't do that. Kurgan's back is hairy as an ape. They'll recognize him in a second.
Do some hair removal.
What about his freaky long fingernail? They'll know it's Kurgan as soon as they see it.
Trim it.
And I have a tattoo on my ass, and he doesn't.
Draw one on him.
What about his blood type, his shoe size, his DNA?
Go to Bennett's office and switch the medical files. Try to think on your toes, Brian.
You know, in the end, it'll turn out you're right. Kurgan's body could pass for mine. If I switch his medical records with mine, cut off his disgusting fingernail, copy the tattoo I have, well, near the small of my back, wax his shoulders, and set things up in such a way that they decide not to look for his head or suspect foul play when they can't find it. That way they'll think the dead body's mine and...
Nobody looks for a dead man. But make it snappy, Basco. Remember, either you're escaping at 12 midnight or you're not escaping at all.
About that tattoo of mine that I have to draw on Kurgan. Since you're so good at that artsy-fartsy stuff, why don't you paint it?
Forget it. I don't see myself looking at you on all fours and me painting Kurgan's behind.
Well, that's kind of the idea.
No way.
I was going to offer you a truckload of cash. Your loss.
Okay.
Do you have anything that might pass for a tattoo?
No. But I'll listen to any and all ideas.
Add $1,000 to the $2,000 I already owe you.
Done. In the third drawer of my cabinet, there are some artist pens. Grab a 0.005 and it should pass. Too bad I don't have a 0.037.
I love deals with friends. You know, I'm not going to bug you anymore about this tattoo business.
My unstable mental health will thank you for that.
I'm going to keep planning my escape, Gabbo.
Good for you.
Well, like Gabbo says, I'll have to improvise. Some people use it to photocopy their butt. Wait, my tattoo. Hey, you peeping Tom. I'm about to drop my trousers here. It would be such a nice touch if we could just imagine... a curtain, let's say. Great. Now I feel a bit more comfortable with this. Let's see how it works. Presto! Looks nicer than I thought. Okay, when I count to 3, we can stop imagining the curtain. 1, 2, 3. Marcelo's teachings do come in handy once in a while. The tattoo was Gina's idea. She got me drunk, and I woke up branded. Let's try to locate where we're at. For now, I've figured out where the casino is, as well as the central fan and Kurgan's final resting place. And yes, I believe I can find my way to Bennett's office. Ready. Yes, let's get to it. Huh? Oh, what's this? Oh, this goes on forever. Oh man, it stinks in here. This seems like a morgue. Well, this sanatorium has been around for more than a century, so I wouldn't be surprised if this room had originally been used as a morgue. An emergency room? Or who knows what else? Medical instruments. More like torture instruments, if you ask me. Well, it looks like this doohickey here is slightly less disgusting than the others. I'd like to imagine it's a little vacuum, but I don't want to think about what it's vacuumed. It has a metal bowl at the bottom. Okay. Spick and span. The electric shocks the patient received would totally shut down his upper brain functions, turning him or her into little more than a retarded monkey. Yowza! That was so rusty it just fell apart. Great. Now how am I supposed to get out of here? It looks so new compared to the rest of the room. Maybe they brought it here to clean things up, but changed their mind in the end. It's not even dusty. Go figure. What were they doing in there? Underwater childbirths? Wow, what a strange shape. I don't even want to imagine what it's for. Most likely it's the one that's missing in the space I entered through. It must have been here for so long that it got stuck to the floor. Unsticking it is not going to be so simple. Let's see if I can work up some momentum. 1, 2, 3. Ouch! I think I'll have to try that some other way. The likelihood of the hose wrapping around something and tying itself is very slim. Plus, I'd run the risk of breaking it, and something tells me I need it to remain intact. There's an iron bar inside. Okay. No, there's nothing in there anymore. All right. No, there's nothing in there anymore. Great idea. The bar's a bit rusty, but I'll do it. Okay. Hey, it's already been unstuck. After... not a bad... If I did that handiwork, I would have... a trampoline. That's it. Now let's get out of here. One, two, three. Oh, darn swimming pool. It almost ruined my entire plan. It has some horrible iron shackles on it. I'll never do that. I'd rather not think about the types of therapies they use them for. In fact, it looks like they weren't even taken off of the last person who had them on. Go directly to office. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Runny, it's Bennett. How's everything going? Me, I'm the same. My work isn't nearly as secretive as yours. I was just calling to say thank you. I got the package with the things I asked you for. Yes, it's all there. The photos, the keys, and the instructions to get to Chapman's cabin.
Chapman? Why does that name ring a bell?
Yes, I'll try to go this week. I owe you one, Ronnie.
Inside are Kurgan's medical records. I have to dream up a plan for switching his medical records with mine. Bennett, that paragon of mental health, can't even work without his coffee. And after all, it is a drug. Very comfy. It's almost better than a bed. Bennett records his hypnotherapy sessions on it. According to him, he takes the recordings home afterwards and stores them away in his safe. And why not? Looks like a Martian invention. Hey, that might just work. Okay, but I'm walking on eggshells here. Because if he sees the tube, I'm doomed.
That's strange. I really gotta stop drinking this stuff.
Now! Man, that was close. Switching his medical chart with mine. Done. He most... I don't know. I have the artist's pen, the photocopy for reference. In other words, I'm set. Copying my tattoo on his butt. Done. Yeah, this knife blade is big enough to cut through a fingernail like that. Cutting his nail. Done. Where does it lead? Okay. Opening this with my bare hands is impossible. Yeah, that might just work. Yes! Those motors are really gonna do the trick for me. I'm thinking that underneath the hatch there's a set of motors which would disintegrate a head if one just happened to fall onto them. Right before escaping, I'll open it with the iron bar and place Kurgan's body in it so that it looks like his head fell down the hole and was pulverized by the machines. That way, nobody gets suspicious about the missing head. And so... getting his head to disappear without arousing suspicion. Done. Okay, presto. Swift plan, man. If I put it in for just one itsy-bitsy instant and then I open the door right away, the candles will melt but without burning the wax up entirely. But wait, the not-so-nice part is that I'll get a nasty burn when I take it out. No, wait, I have a funnel. Switching his medical chart with mine. Done. Cutting his nail. Done. Copying my tattoo on his butt. Done. Performing hair removal on his shoulders. Done. Getting his head to disappear without arousing suspicion. Done. Kurgan has now been fully Brianized. As soon as you're done with this, finally, anyone who sees him will be 100% sure that Jacob Kurgan's corpse is actually Brian Basco's. I still have to switch my clothes with his, but I'd better wait until I'm ready to escape. Now I just have to figure out how to slide down that cable on the roof. Locked. Darn that Murphy's Law. Gabbo's stick thin, so I bet he could slip between the bars. But me? No. Not even in an imaginary box. Not much to see. Nah, it looks like a very secure lock. I couldn't force it. They felt less solid than I expected, but not to the point of being able to break them or bend them with my bare hands. Well... done. Excellent. If there's a way to bend those bars, that would be it. That's the cable Gabba was talking about, right? Looks like the other side of the cable is right by that huge sign welcoming people to Happy Dale. Ideal for my escape. That's it. When it's time to escape, I just put the forceps around the cable, hold on tight, jump, and slide down. Well, I think I've done everything I needed to do. That psycho Kurgan is so Brianized, they'll think his body is mine. And besides that, I know how to slide down the cable on the roof now. I'm gonna go back to my room to wait for the right time to escape. When the sun goes down, I'm free as a bird. Nothing's gonna stop me from escaping.
Stop right there! Hold him down, Ernie. Your pleasant little stroll is over, Basco.
Hey, Miss Palmer.
Basco's all worked up. He needs the anesthesia. Get him back to bed. He clearly needs more medication.
That crazy chick force-fed me some nasty meds. What did she give me? Ernie! Was this the pill?
Sure is, Basco. That was the one.
What are you doing in here, Ernie?
House rules, Basco. If the nurse on call has to leave, it's my job to come on in. I'm surprised you haven't figured this stuff out yet.
Wouldn't you like to take a peek inside Miss Palmer's purse?
Take a peek? In her purse? No. Can you guess where, though?
What are you writing?
Rebuttals against dumb stuff people say about Elvis.
Like what?
One says Elvis was killed by an FBI gnome. That can't be true, because to get into the FBI, you have to be at least 5'3".
Keep writing, Ernie.
Will do, Basco.
I have to find out what the effects of neuroshotgun are. I can't risk losing it when I'm escaping from this place. Okay, but just for 30 seconds, tops.
Hi there, I'm Mickey. Who are you?
Brian Basco.
Nice to meet you, Brian. So, what's up?
You look nervous.
Of course I do. In 5 minutes is the last episode of Barbara's Crest. And as soon as it's over, I have to rush my butt over to the university to take my Pharmacology 3 exam. It's like the most important day of my life on 2 totally different fronts. You'd be jittery too, Brian.
Let me ask you something about Barbara's Crest.
Okay, but careful, because I'm the show's biggest fan.
Who's your favorite character?
I guess it's Reginald Bone III, the Bannister family's dog. Because all around him, people plot lies, embezzlements, vengeance, betrayals, extortion, incest, mutilations, ostracizing, murders, empire takeovers, and radical cosmetic surgeries, and he never loses his cool. Talk about composure. Sometimes I think he's made of plaster.
Let's talk about something else.
Okay.
Ready for your big exam?
I've memorized it all. Ask me whatever you want.
So what the heck do I ask you?
You gotta ask me about some drug, and I'll tell you everything I know about it.
Neuroshotgun XR.
Neuroshocking XR, chemical composition, hypopendulic acid, dosage administered orally, used only to resuscitate the sick who are clinically clinically
Dead.
dead. In any other type of patient, it causes acute neural excitation, which results in attacks of extreme violence in the patient, which.
What? Miss Palmer gave me pills to make me ultra-violent? Yes, of course. That knife under my pillow was her doing. That's how she knew about my candy. And then she wouldn't give up until I took those pills. Is she trying to get me to kill someone? What for? Does she hate me that much? The important thing now is to find some sort of antidote.
Which can only be neutralized by taking.
A direct electrical shock.
A direct electrical shock of high voltage applied to the back of the neck. In other words, either you jolt the guy with electricity or he starts to go postal and kill everyone in sight.
Thanks a lot, Mickey. You just saved my life.
Next question.
Can you lend me the taser inside of Miss Palmer's purse?
Basco, I never took you for a thief. A nutcase and a murderer, yeah, but not a thief.
Come on, dude. She's not gonna notice. I'll give it back to you later.
I don't sell out for nothing. Well, maybe for cash. Will do, Basco.
Man, after what he told me about all of the gold in the world. Ernie, do you think the casino chips Gabbo gave me are fake?
I doubt it. How much are we talking about here?
$125,000.
$125,000? I'd like some of them chips myself.
Yeah? Well, go figure that they're not at all that appealing to me. I'd even give them up in exchange for, I don't know, a taser gun?
Basco, never, ever, ever will you get me to take that taser out of Miss Palmer's purse. And you know that never means...
How cool. Be careful, Gabbo. One shock and that's it.
Sure. Basco? Minutes till the changing of the guard. Get going! Miss Palmer can...
Give me your cell phone.
Why?
If it goes as planned, they'll contact Gina to have her identify Kurgan's headless cadaver. I've got to warn her. She has to tell them the body's mine.
Hey, who's there? Oh my gosh, that Basco fella's dead! Up there! It's Kurgan! Kurgan! Stop right there!
At last, Bennett's apartment building. Shouldn't be too hard to find a fire escape to get up there. I'll go up to his penthouse, steal the recordings of my therapy sessions, and find out what happened on Mala Island once and for all. Okay, now! Darn it. I can't take the luxury of going into the street again, or someone might recognize me, so I better just do what I came here for. Bad news. There's no sign of a fire escape. I'll have to find some other way into the building.